I was reborn into a mission world where the system assigned me 4 male leads. If I could successfully win over just one of them, I, who had died in a car crash in my original world, would be resurrected. But I failed to win over any of them. All 4 fell in love with this world's female lead. And so, each of them spat venom at me, told me to go die. In the end, my mission failed, and I took my own life to leave. Only when they saw my body did they finally, completely, break. 1. Host, the mission has failed. The 25-year deadline has been reached. You may no longer continue. The system's voice echoed in my mind as I stood outside the grand wedding hall. Inside, Liam and Luna were sharing a kiss on the altar. He was the last male lead I had tried to win over. And now, he too was a failure. When I was first born into this world, the system made a deal with me, successfully romance one of the 4 designated male leads within 25 years, and I could return to life in my own world. But in 25 years, I hadn't succeeded with a single one. Maybe fate itself didn't want me to live. I turned away and walked until I reached the busiest overpass in the city. The system had said that with the mission failed, I had to end my own existence here. I watched the river of traffic below, my mind replaying 25 years of cold indifference from the men I was supposed to capture. Every one of them had turned on me, spewing hateful words, all because of Luna. Luna was this world's protagonist. The system said it wasn't my fault. As the heroine, the male leads were naturally, magnetically drawn to her. I looked up at the vast blue sky. Was I doomed to fail just because I was cast as the side character in this story? Whatever. It didn't matter anymore. I was about to die anyway. I closed my eyes and lunged into the stream of cars. The next second, a screech of tires tore through the air, followed by a man's furious roar. Arya, if you're going to fucking kill yourself, don't do it in public. I opened my eyes. It was my brother in this world, Caleb. He was one of the 4 male leads the system had assigned me. The system once told me that if I could raise his familial affection value to 100%, my mission would be a success. But then he met Luna, and she stole his heart. He fell for her completely. And when Luna claimed I had hired someone to assault her, Caleb believed her without a moment's hesitation. From that day on, he hated my guts. He dragged me into his car, sped to a deserted riverbank nearby, and hauled me out, slapping me hard across the face. If you want to die, don't make a public spectacle of it. You'll just end up costing some poor bastard a fortune in damages. I picked a better spot for you. Right here. Go on, hurry up and die. My head was ringing from the force of the blow, my legs threatening to buckle. This wasn't the first time I'd attempted this in front of him. Back then, when his world revolved only around Luna, I'd used the threat of my death to make him feel something, anything, to get him to listen to my side of the story. I hadn't truly wanted to die. So now, he thought I was just crying wolf again. He was certain I wouldn't go through with it. Brother, what are you doing here? I looked up at him, the bitterness in my voice impossible to suppress. Why aren't you at Luna's wedding? Did you come out here, for me? He was just at the wedding. Had he seen me leave and followed, worried something might happen? A sliver of hope flickered within me, too. His next words shattered that hope into a million pieces. Don't flatter yourself. I didn't come for you. I was on my way to pick up Luna's reception dress. Who knew I'd run into a psycho like you on the way? Let me tell you something, Arya. Stop trying to use these pathetic tricks to get my sympathy. I looked at his vicious expression and laughed bitterly inside. And here I thought he was actually worried about me. How wrong I was. I already knew. My brother was hopelessly, pathetically in love with Luna. He was her lapdog, but Luna loved Liam. So Caleb was content to watch her marry another man, even running errands for her wedding. The very picture of devotion. There was nothing left to say. I turned and walked, step by step, into the river. Caleb must have thought I was still bluffing. He stood on the bank, mocking me. A little faster. Why don't you? You're so slow. If you're going to die, do it quickly. Don't make me late picking up that dress. I picked up my pace, letting the frigid water swallow my body, rising until it closed over my head. The icy current flooded my mouth, my lungs screaming for air. Finally, I thought, I can finally leave. But the next second, I was yanked violently upwards. Crack. Another slap from Caleb. You actually fucking dared to die, he roared. Arya, who gave you the guts? He dragged me back to the shore, his voice trembling with rage. Let me tell you, your life was a gift from Mom. You don't have the right to just throw it away. Mom, she was the only person in this world who was truly good to me. I couldn't bear to leave her, but I had no choice. With this attempt thwarted by Caleb, I made an excuse and went home. He yelled after me, so what if Liam got married? If you love him that much, you should let him be with the person he truly loves. That's what real love is. But I didn't love him. I was only ever close to him because I wanted to live. 3. I bought a sturdy rope and went to a deserted park. I had to do this somewhere else. Mom was at home. I couldn't bear the thought of her finding me. I tied the rope to a thick tree branch, preparing to hang myself. Staring at the noose, I couldn't help but let out a self-deprecating laugh. I had been in this world for 25 years. Not so long, in the grand scheme of things. The years had flown by, but not so short, either. I had been through so much. Caleb hadn't liked me at first. As his little sister, he saw me as a rival for our parents' affection. Winning him over had been difficult, but I believed that if I was sincere, he would eventually accept me. When we were kids, I'd skip lunch at school, saving up my allowance to buy him a video game console. When he got into trouble, I took the blame. When he was sick in the middle of the night, it was me who ran through the pouring rain to get him medicine and stay by his side all night. When he wanted a $300 pair of sneakers, I worked a summer job for 2 months in high school and gave him all the money. Slowly, his affection value for me began to rise. Just when I thought I was about to succeed, Luna appeared, and all my years of effort were wiped away in an instant. It didn't matter anymore. Let these 25 years be nothing more than a dream. I stood on a rock and put the noose around my neck. The suffocating pressure was immediate. My body thrashed on instinct, but I fought to remain silent, terrified of drawing attention. Oh, right. I'd left a note so no one would be scared. Don't be afraid. I'm a star in the sky now. My consciousness began to fade. As death approached, my memories in this world flashed before my eyes. No matter how hard I tried, Luna always took everything away from me. Everyone loved her. No one loved me. Just as I thought it was finally over, someone lifted me up. Fresh air rushed into my lungs, and I gasped greedily. Arya, have you lost your goddamn mind? The man in front of me was my former psychiatrist, Dr. Dennis Vance. He was 8 years my senior. He was also one of my former targets. I had been diagnosed with depression and was his patient. At the time, the system prompted me that he was a viable target. So, I spent countless hours trying to win him over. We ate together, painted together, went to amusement parks. He even took me to meet his beloved grandmother, telling me I was the first girl he'd ever brought to his family's ancestral home. His affection for me rose steadily, quickly. I thought, this time, I would surely succeed. But then, Luna appeared again. She stood before us, crying to Dennis, Dr. Vance, Arya hired someone to assault me. I can't sleep at night. I keep dreaming dreaming about it. I just want to die. And Dennis, right in front of me, pulled her into his arms. Don't be afraid, he whispered. I'm here. That same day, Dennis, his eyes bloodshot with rage, screamed at me to get out. He said my depression was all an act to gain his sympathy. He called me disgusting. And just like that, another mission failed. 4. It was almost comical. 2 suicide attempts in one day, and both times I was found by a former target. Was the world really this small? Shouldn't you be at Luna's wedding right now? I asked, my voice flat, my eyes numb as I looked at him. He was a handsome man, with a gentle voice and a kind demeanor towards women. That was how he'd managed to pull me out of the darkness all those years ago. And it was also he who had single-handedly pushed me back into an even deeper abyss. I wasn't in the mood. Can't I go for a walk to clear my head? He snapped, his brow furrowed with impatience. Oh, right. He was in love with Luna, too. He'd even given up a prestigious opportunity to study abroad for her. Luna's wedding day must have been hard for him. And you, he continued, his voice dripping with suspicion. Why are you trying to kill yourself here? Or did you know I'd be nearby? Is this another ploy to get my attention? Arya, can you just drop the fake depression act? Can't you come up with a new trick? His words didn't faze me. I'd heard them all before. He always said I was faking it, but my depression was real. Why couldn't he see that? When you're not loved, do they just find any excuse to blame you for everything? I didn't say a word. I just turned to leave, already planning my next method of escape. Perhaps because he had never seen me this broken, a flicker of fear crossed his face. He thought I might actually go through with it. He grabbed my arm and dragged me to his house. Then he called Caleb to come and get me. When Caleb arrived, Liam and Luna were with him. The moment Luna saw me, she shrank behind Liam, a picture of pure terror. Liam's gaze was like ice. Arya, do you really have to go this far just to make us feel sorry for you? It's my wedding day with Luna. Are you determined to ruin it? Haven't you hurt her enough? They were all the same. They always saw me as manipulative, as a threat to Luna. I slowly lifted my head, my eyes sweeping over each of their faces, cold, indifferent, filled with disgust for me. A humorless laugh escaped my lips. What if I told you Luna was the one who hurt me? What if I told you she was the one who arranged for me to be assaulted? 5. At my words, the color drained from Luna's face. The other men's eyes flickered with identical surprise. I didn't. Arya, why are you slandering me? Luna burst into tears, her face a mask of pitiable innocence. You were the one who ruined me. She always used this act to win their sympathy. That's enough, Arya. Caleb roared at me. You've already done wrong, and you're still spouting lies. Apologize to Luna, now. Dennis's voice was sharp with anger. Arya, I suggest you apologize to Luna immediately. As for Liam, he couldn't even be bothered to look at me, his full attention on comforting Luna. Perhaps Luna truly did have a protagonist's halo. Whatever she said, they believed. Her words were truth, mine were lies. My explanations were just further proof of my deception. She was eternally good and kind. I was eternally wicked. Watching them, each one looking at me with such loathing, I felt like the past 25 years of my life had been one long, pathetic joke. I had tortured myself, all for a worthless life. I was so tired. Maybe not living wasn't so bad. Death would be a release. I tried to push past them and leave, but they blocked my way. If we let you go, you'll just find another way to frame Luna, won't you? Caleb snarled, glaring at me. You're staying right here. Dennis and I will take turns watching you. You're not getting another chance to hurt her. And so, he and Dennis stood guard over me. Liam and Luna returned to their wedding. I stayed at Dennis's house all night. They brought me food, but I refused to eat a single bite. I refused to sleep. I would starve myself, exhaust myself to death. I just leaned against the sofa, my gaze fixed vacantly on the window. Finally, Dennis noticed something was wrong. He grabbed my hand, forcing me to look at him. Arya, look at me. Do you even know who I am? I just stared at him, silent. A flicker of panic crossed Caleb's face. What's wrong with her? It's like she sealed herself off in her own world, Dennis said, his brow furrowed. For the first time, a trace of concern, of pity, entered his eyes. She's trying to torture herself to death. This time, he murmured, I think Arya really is depressed.